Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing my final AFL fantasy team. In defence, Roy Laird, Jaden Short, Caleb Daniel. Those three are my big spends in the defence. Jaden Short had a very good pre-season and looks set to hopefully score in the hundreds. His average last season was 90, but I think that'll go up to in the hundreds this year. Caleb Daniel, I think, could potentially average in the hundreds as well. Hayden Young, pretty obvious. Jordan Clark as well after that great performance against Essendon. In the pre-season, he looks set to have a good season. And then Deva Grana Barras kind of slides into my team because I wanted to spend money in other areas of the field. So, yeah, he slides into my team for now. And then on the bench, we've got Thomas Highmore and Jacob Kazitsky. We have 7,000 left in the bank for all of you who wanted to know. In the midfield, we've got Zach Merritt, Clayton Oliver, Jack Steele, and Caleb Sorrell as my 4 big money. As you can see, those are 3 players who averaged 114 and 115 last season. Zach Merritt, for me, is a captain option, while Clayton Oliver and Jack Steele I've loved and are both in my Supercoach and AFL fantasy teams. Caleb Sorrong, hopefully he can improve on an 83 average last season and a rising star year. I think he could do that, though I am a bit worried that he might get a bit of a second year, I don't know how you say it, second year turbulence. Bradley Hill as my last big spend in the midfield. I think with the return to 20-minute quarters, I think could really help him, and I reckon he could get back into averaging in the 80s, which for just 557 and priced at 72 average, definitely going to average more than 72 this year. I'm quite fine with picking him. And then for my 3 rookies, Tom Powell, Errol Golden and Brandon Campbell. These are my 3 rookies in Supercoach right now, and then my 3 rookies in fantasy. Tom Powell had a good pre-season and looks set to start in that very young North Melbourne midfield. Eric Golden and Brandon Campbell both look set to start in positions for the Swans team. And then Tyler Brockman and Connor Downey on the bench to finish my midfield. Then for my 3 ruckmen, it's the same as my Supercoach ruckman. Brodie Grundy, I definitely have him as another captain option along with Zach Merritt. He averaged 113 last year. Looks like he'll have another really good year, maybe return to the 120s, but I'll be pleased with anything around 113. No less than 110 though. If he averages less than 110, then probably will get dropped somewhere through the season. Sam Draper I really like and looks certain to take the number 1 ruck role at Essendon, and for priced at 60, an average of 63, definitely going to do more than that this year. So that's why he's in my R2 spot for now. And Paul Hunter, picking him because really like him, and I think he'll do very well. As a Saints fan, I know the Saints players a lot better, and I can just tell that he'll do very well this season. As for the forward line, we've got Dustin Martin, Nick Hind, and Jarman Impey as my 3, is my F1, F2, and F3. Dustin Martin because I had a bit of extra cash left over, so it's really good to get him. And if Bradley Hill lets me down in the midfield, I can always sell him, put Dusty in the midfield, and then either bring Liam McClellan, Jonathan Patton or Alec Waterman into my team. Here. Nick Hind, for obvious reasons, looks like he'll be averaging in the 60s this year, which is a bit of a large money-making opportunity. So I really like him. Jarman Impey got pretty good job security at Hawthorn, and looks set for a good year, especially coming off that ACL injury. Paddy Dow has disappointed in his first 2 years. Only played 3 games last year. I think he'll improve on that this year. Hopefully he can average in the 60s, which he's never done before. And Miles Bergman did very well in the pre-season, scored 86 against Adelaide, and obviously it was against Adelaide, who will be a bottom 2 side this year. But I'm really pleased with him, and I think he could do very well. And then obviously Joe Danaher, who's got pretty good job security, and yeah, really like him as a Supercoach and AFL fantasy pick. So there are a lot of similarities to this team from my Supercoach team. The big changes are Nick Hind and Mars, but in the forward line there's quite a lot of changes. In fact, Joe Danaher, Paddy Dow, and Jarman Impey are the only 3 people, and Alec Waterman are the only 4 people I have in my forward line here. Well, the other 4 in my forward line I don't have. My rocks are the same. Midfield's pretty much the same, apart from the fact that Bradley Hill comes in for Josh Dunkley, and Caleb Strong comes in for Jack McRae. And in the defence, there's quite a lot of change. No Tom Stewart, no Joe Cloyd. Instead, Devon, Garner, Barras, and Hayden Young. So there's quite a few changes. Not a lot of changes, but there are a few changes to my team. I'm really pleased with it. Let me know what you think. I focus a lot more on Supercoach, so I haven't put as much thought into this team as I have Supercoach, but I think I've put together a pretty decent team from what I've read and what I've watched on YouTube. So I hope you enjoy this video, and see you guys in the next one.